What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mindset video. I'm gonna walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the Titan Hand mini event that recently has occurred. As of the time I'm recording this, the box has not been opened yet. It might be by the time I upload it. We'll see what happens in terms of like how I'm gonna upload things. But yeah, I think it was pretty interesting. A lot of people are just kind of underwhelmed because I think they're expecting so much more like an actual live event, and it was kind of always meant to be just like a mini event. I'm gonna be going somewhere kind of different this game. I'm gonna go somewhere more low-key than where I typically would land, and that's gonna be this little ice lake area. This plane is one of the few map changes that has been occurring throughout the season. And so the plane used to be over there, but it's now slid all the way down to here, and I feel like that makes it a more appealing drop spot for me because I didn't like going Grand Glacier necessarily. Like when it was all the way up here, I feel like you had to go Grand Glacier afterwards, but where it is now, I feel like you can either choose between going Reckless or Grand Glacier depending on kind of what you think in the moment or the game. See, like right here, it looks like there's two people going Grand Glacier. One of them might actually be landing on me, but if you see that like nobody goes there, maybe you want to go there, or if it seems like you're gonna get decent timing on third partying it, maybe you go there. And then same is true with Reckless. Like if you would rather go Reckless, then go Reckless. I feel like it just gives you more options now, and if you are looking for somewhere that's like a little more low-key, I think this spot is quite good. And there's an NPC there which sells a lock-on pistol and some flowberry fizz, which isn't the biggest deal, but also you can eliminate her and she'll drop a blue auto shotgun, which might be nice. It's not like the blue auto shotgun is the greatest weapon in the world, but in terms of just like consistently being able to guarantee you get an auto shotgun, and like a decent rarity one at that, is quite nice, especially if you land here in duos, because it can be hard for both players to find one. And that's like typically when I land here, it's when I'm playing with one of my friends. Excuse me, a big pot. I haven't really seen any visual audio of fighting at Grand Glacier. Let's see, look. And I also think if you are someone like, oh, now there's fighting there. If you are someone that's just been landing at like one or two spots or like the same spots every game this season, it might be nice to just kind of like mix it up for the last few days, because we never really know what's gonna change when it comes to a new season. And so mixing up the weapons you use and where you like to land can make it much easier for you to adapt when the meta does end up changing. Especially if you're a newer player. If you're someone who's been playing for like years and years in Fortnite, you're probably somewhat used to like adapting to meta changes and stuff. Alright, I'm just gonna leave. It's irritating me. I want to get here in third party this fight. And I think I have to like break that entire wing. I never really land down there. I always land at the top part. But yeah, if you're someone who's been playing for not very long, then the meta changing up can definitely throw you off. And so maybe try, you know, switching up the items you're using or spots you like landing, just so you're more... So you'll have an easier time adapting to next season. And also, it definitely can make the last few days of the season a bit more exciting if you're not just like playing in the same way. Someone just shockwaved, I think. It'd be tough to hear when there's like 8 AI shooting me. But I think I heard someone shockwave. And so that is more important than eliminating the guards. Guard just got aggroed on something. A camera just got aggroed on something. Yeah, there's definitely another person here. Shockwaved again. That may or may not have been the final player here. Little context clues like that can be so helpful in these vault POIs. I heard the guard make the noise that it makes when it's like angry at somebody. And then I also heard one of the cameras make noise. And I thought both those things were clearly not on me. And so that not only confirmed my suspicion that I thought there was another player here, but also gave me a clue of where they might be. Dang, bro. Montague's not playing around. I like how he beams me and then goes and hides behind his friends again. Alright. And one of the nice things about Montague is man dropped some shockwaves. I don't think that purple man had any remaining. Oh, he did. And he had a grapple blade. Alright. See if there's any rodents camping the pipes. That's one spot where like people like to hide on this POI. Really hope we get a sniper out of the vault. Reckless boss has not gone down. It took us much longer than I would have liked to clear this POI. The radio towers have already spawned. I would like to be like there as it spawns. And then also it's seeming like I'm not going to get a sniper. Yeah, okay, that is not ideal. No sniper. So we're probably gonna have to go to the Reckless vault. I don't know why. This is just RNG. I don't think there's any sort of like set way this has to be. But I feel like I do have a hard time getting snipers out of the Grand Glacier vault. But the Reckless boss is still alive, so maybe just nobody went there. If I hear fighting there right now, I'm going to be more concerned about going to third party that than getting the radio tower. Like, I would like to have forecast. It's great. I can also play without it. I've played, you know, Fortnite for many years. Kind of know how to play in game without seeing where next zone is going to be. But also, like, getting rid of that threat, I think, is more important to me than, like, getting the radio tower. But it really depends how you feel and, like, what you value more. I just would, like, value that timing of third partying that more than forecast, especially because I would rather not deal with them while they're like ratting in the vault, you know. If I can catch them before they get to it, that makes things a bit easier, I think. And like I'm gonna be going that way anyways to try to get a sniper because I feel like that vault is my next best opportunity to get one. It's also not great that I have to be eliminating the boss this late in the game. I'm hoping someone came here. Someone just subscribed to my Twitch while I'm not even streaming, but I appreciate whoever that is. I don't have my Twitch chat open while I'm not streaming. But thanks. You guys didn't know I stream on Twitch pretty much every day except Sundays. That's usually when I try to record or make progress on like several videos throughout the week. Or to post throughout the week. No, we got her dead. I'm going to open this. I was gonna say when I was like initially pulling up that I had hoped someone had came here and eliminated, like fought her already and then just like died. And then we could have an easier time killing her. This is unfortunate. It took us like the spot I landed at. I feel like it's gonna be more of like a low-key spot anyways, which like I'm fine with that because I kind of wanted to just talk about it and show you guys something different for the video than the places I've been landing all season, with it being like the end of the season, you know. But also like not getting the sniper makes it take way longer for us to like kind of get going in this game because I had to like come here and fight her, and so now there's literally only 8 people left. A pretty dead game. This medallion on my map right now is likely lavish. And so they likely have the mythic auto shotgun. What happened to the G-Wagons around here? We got one over there, one over here. But I'm going to try to go fight that player. Oh, what the heck? I think the hand got opened. What? That's crazy. I did not expect that to happen in this match. I don't know what's gonna change. They got it done quick. Like when I sat down to record this video, I think they were at like 30% remaining or 40% remaining, something like that. Maybe less. This guy's likely going for the medallions. Since he seemingly wanted no part in fighting me. He did get it. I didn't take that tree. I always get stuck on it. And I would like to have my car up here for the cover, and the tree's like, you know, an inconvenience. I don't know if he went into the vault or what. Right now I'm just kind of like fishing for info. Driving my car around, seeing if he's gonna do anything. Okay, his crown activated, so he's very close here. He's just coming up the stairs from the vault, kind of where the barrels are, and then he might run out this door. Oh no, there's somebody in this car behind me. What the heck? This car just pulled up with no audio. I heard someone get out of a car and I thought it was someone in that like Lambo. That's not ideal. My car flipped. This guy might get hopped on by the other one though. Now the other person's here. My auto shotgun's not loaded. Luckily, he missed all his shots. Like I missed mine on that Travis Scott. GG's. So, right there, I thought he would be very eager to get in the car since I just ran from him with it. So I got out a bit early, hoping he would just get in the passenger seat. I can kind of hit an auto shotgun shot or two and tip the odds of that fight in my favor, even though he had the mythic auto. But that was very, very, very unlucky, man. That I don't know why that bug happens sometimes, but people just have like no audio on their cars. I don't even think it showed on visual. Like I just didn't hear that man until he got out of the car. I should have died there though. I missed too many shots on that Travis Scott. And then I was very fortunate that I think it was an Indiana Jones. He was pretty late to third party that. So it's like I got unlucky and then I kind of got lucky. If that Indiana Jones was faster on their third party, then I'm dead there. Because that fight had been going for quite a while. Like that Travis got pulled up and then I drove away and then we exchanged some snipe shots and then I kind of shockwaved on him later than I would have liked to. Like that Indiana Jones had all the time in the world to third party that. And they just didn't. I'm not happy with the HP in my car. That's kind of why I went over towards that junk area, because there is a G-Wagon that can spawn there. Didn't spawn this game. Maybe we go for this one here. I just don't know if the tires are popped on it. There's fighting going on. Hopefully I reloaded my guns, but I'm quite bad at that. Trying to get this new G-Wagon, I guess, since they aren't fighting. I thought they were fighting, but that's Fortnite in a nutshell. I want to get out. I'm just going to shockwave away. That's like fight is not going how I wanted. I wanted to get out right away and then beam him. Let me shockwave. My game is trolling right now. Oof. All of that was just so much more messy than it needed to be. Starting by... I messed up getting out of the car. Okay, I would rather have Mythic Striker than Montague's. Montague's is fine, but Striker's is better, I think. Especially when for people are using mobility, I'd rather have the Striker. I'd rather have Montague's. Like, let's say there's a guy just standing out in there shooting me. Sure, I'd rather have Montague's maybe there than the Striker. But for harder fights, I feel like the Striker is better. And I'd rather have the weapon that's, I think, better at playing against, like, decent opponents. We only have 2 opponents left anyways, who, you know, may or may not be the biggest threats. You never know with Fortnite, especially this season, and especially right now. Because, like, any season with mid-match objectives, if you deal with the people with the mid-match objectives, like the medallions and the vaults this season, you've eliminated a lot of the more threatening players. But now with the mini event going on too, there's probably a lot of people distracted by that because Pandora's box literally opened during this match. So, ooh, I really don't know what to expect of these final 2 players. Making sure everything's loaded. It was good that I didn't stick around there. I was like somewhat certain that Nisha would third party, or I thought it was like a possibility. That was like why I was willing to leave early, because like I don't know if I was really at that much of a disadvantage HP wise versus the person I was fighting, but I just was not liking the flow of that fight. And then also that Nisha's likely around that area still, like waiting to third party, and that's like immediately what ended up happening. Like, I don't know, you got to be so mindful of third parties this season, especially with the medallions, because you know you go for them, but I feel like a lot of people kind of forget that other players are also likely going to be going for them, and that could just make like a whole mess of a situation. But that situation was even like different because that Nisha was like already fighting I don't know what skin it was. But the Nisha was fighting them, and then I started third partying it, and then the Nisha left and came back. There's one player there. Can't really do much about that right now, I think. Trying to find the other one. Even if it was a 1v1, I don't really feel like going into that house and fighting them. Like, if you're gonna... Who knows if this guy's ratting or what, but, you know, if someone is, like, camping a house or whatever... Usually the easiest way to deal with rats is just not like kind of play into their nonsense, you know? Like just leave them be. Fight them in an actual fight and then you'll be chilling. Or in a fight where they're not already waiting. It might be an AI, honestly. Yeah. 100%. That person had no respect or they were an AI. I missed 2 snipes on them and then they just go and open the ammo box. That's crazy. But it's not too surprising to me that that was an AI. Kind of like everything I just touched on before. I've had so many games this season where the final 2 players, or the final few players after dealing with all the medallions, are just kind of like literal AI, or just people that are very passive. Yeah, I think this is an AI as well. GG's. That was a weird game. Not the most interesting, I don't think, but I kind of want to post it anyways just because there was some kind of decent moments in there with how I found the player at Grand Glacier using like the NPCs and the cameras to my advantage, but also responding to that really unfortunate circumstance of the Travis Scott just being able to drive his car up on me with no audio. The third parties and Pandora's box opening in that match, I think was kind of crazy that happened. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful, informative, interesting. Also, shout out to Chicago Teddy, or maybe it's just Chicago Ted, who was the person who subbed to my Twitch channel while I'm not even streaming during that match. I appreciate it. And if you guys enjoyed this, give it a like, sub if you'd like to see more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think of the Pandora's box mini event, and I will see you guys another time. Thanks for watching.